Mr. Sixx here, and I am back. And this time I'm back with Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. This has been my biggest and most interesting thing. My biggest, and I've just been waiting for this to drop, man. I've honestly already got some booster play boosters and stuff like that, but I got a booster box here that I might go in, I'm going to get into in the near future. I've got a starter kit that I'm going to probably go into. But today, we're looking at this. We're looking at the Commander deck. So, just to know that I am a big fan of almost all TCGs. I started off with Pokemon and moved to Magic. No, I did not move to Magic. My bad. I moved to Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Magic really just got handed to me, and it came like, something. And then I kind of stopped it all and got back into Pokemon. And, well, you guys all see I do Pokemon openings. So now I'm going to start doing some Magic openings. I don't know if I'll just do the regular set. I might stick to just these special sets. Like I've got this here. And I'm going to end up getting Spider-Man in September. I might do some Avatar. It just sees how everything's going to go. And really just sees how the TCG for Gundam is in this area. So, but without further ado, let's get into this box. And when I got out of Magic, that was like right before the this Commander stuff started. So I've not really done anything with Commanders before. So this will be truly my very first Commander set. So you guys are experiencing my first Commander set. If I can get anything out here. Yeah, but this is my first Commander. I guess I can't pull anything out. It's just like nothing that's wanting to come out here. Yep, this is my first Commander here. Here's the play box with Cloud on it. Oh yeah. And this Cloud deck actually fits my theme. I normally play plains and mountains, white and red. Here's some other things. You got Tifa, Crystal, the magic emblem on it is pretty cool. You got Cloud. Here's a sample booster. Guess it can go back in there for the time being. And here's the deck. God, that is a big-ass, thick-ass deck. Like I said, I've never done anything with Commander, so this is my first time dealing with Commander stuff. So, this is going to be interesting. I guess I could probably turn the light on here so you guys can see a little bit better, huh? But here we go. You got Cloud, the ex-soldier. Haste. When Cloud enters, attach up to one target equipment you control to it. Whenever Cloud attacks, draw a card for each equipment attacking creature you control. Then if Cloud has a power of 7 or greater, create 2 treasure tokens. You hear the music in the background. I don't own anything of it. It's actually 911 playing in the background. So left and right. Commander decks are just one of each card, so this is the only Cloud card in the deck. So alright, go from Cloud to Tifa, martial artist. She has melee, Whenever this creature attack, it gets +1 until the end of turn for each opponent your attack this combat. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 7 or greatness deal damage to a player on top of all creatures you control, if this is the first combat phase of your turn, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. That's crazy. Alright, then you got Sid, the Free Fire Pilot. Equipment and vehicles cost 1 less to play. Jump during your turn. Sid has flying. 2. Tap. Remove. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Clown's Limit Break. It has tiered. Choose one at additional cost. You got Crash Slosh. Destroy target creature. Blade Beam. Destroy any number of target creatures with different controllers. Slash. Destroy all tapped creatures. Damn. Destroy all tapped creatures? Wow. Okay, then you got Elena Torque Recruit. When Elena enters target non-assassin historic card from your graveyard to your hand. Artifacts, legends, and sagas are historic. When you cast a historic spell, put a +1/+1 on Elena. You got Higer, Shinra's Executive. At the beginning of your upkeep on your turn, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until the end where X is the number of soldiers you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a number 1/1 white soldier creature token equal to the number of opponents your tokens equal to the number of opponents who control more monsters than you. Wow. Hella Trooper. Whenever flying, whenever this creature attacks another target creature and gains flying until end of turn. Equip ability, you activate that target this creature, costs 2 less to activate. That's nice. Soldier Military Program. At the beginning of your upkeep, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, choose one. If you control a commander, you may choose both instead. Create one white creature token. Put a +1/+1 on up to 2 soldiers you control. Ultimate Holy Magic. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn if this card was cast from the exile. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Fertile. During your turn you may pay 2 and exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it later for its free teller cost. Avalanche of Sector 7. Legendary creatures. Human rebels. Menace. Avalanche of Sector 7's power is equal to the number of artifacts your opponent controls. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact they control, Avalanche of Sector 7 does 1 damage. Kate Seth Fortune Teller. Lucky slots. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, scry 1, then exile the top of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a card this way, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until the interval X is the cost of the mana value.
Many people swear they've had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before, so we invited some of them to a little taste test.
Summon Kajita. Lightning, this damage does 3 target creature player. Ice, up to 3 target creatures cannot block this turn. Fire, discard a card, then draw 2 cards. When you discard a card this way, this creature deals damage equal to that card's mana value to each opponent. And it has trample and haste when he comes into the field. Ultimate Magic Meteor. Ultimate Magic Meteor does 7 damage to each creature. If the spell is cast from exile for each opponent, choose an artifact and land to destroy those chosen. Vincent, Vengeful Atoner. Menace. Whenever one or more opponents you control deal combat damage to a player, play +1/+1 combat on Vincent. Chaos. When Vincent deals damage to an opponent, it is much damage to each. Whenever Vincent deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent if Vincent's power is 7 or greater. Yuffie, Materia Hunter. Ninjutsu. Return an unblocked attacker you control to the hand. Put this card on the battlefield from your hand tapped and attacking. When Yuffie enters, gain control of target non-creature artifact as long as you control Yuffie. Then you can attach an equipment you control to Yuffie. And Bunzahog, Wise Elder. Reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with a power greater than 7, draw a card. Add 1 mana color to your pool. Life Stream Blessing. Draw. Yeah, Life Stream's Blessing. Draw X cards where X is the greatest number among creatures you control. As you play this card, if the spell was cast for exile, gain X amount of life. Professor Hojo. The first active ability you activate during your turn that targets a creature you control costs 2 less to activate. Whenever one or more creatures you control become the target of an active ability, draw a card. This ability triggers only once per turn. Summon Materia. You may look at the top cards of your library in any order. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, you can cast creature spells from the top of your library. Equip creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance, and tap equals add a mana. Add a first mana to your thing. Equip is 2. Earth, the last ancient. Lifelink Rise. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you gain life this turn, return. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this return target creature you control from your graveyard to your hand. If you gain 7 or more life this turn, return that creature to the battlefield. That's pretty epic.
Sometimes when we love somebody, we can hold on.
Sorry, I had to take a drink, guys.
Especially when they're our
Reach. Okay, you got Barrett, Avalanche Leader. He has reach. An avalanche! Whenever an equipment you control enters, create a 2/2 rebellion creature token. At the beginning of your upkeep, at the beginning of your combat, my bad, on your turn, attach up to 1 target you control and 2 target rebel you control. Red X13, Red 13, Proud Warrior. Vigilance and Trample. Other modified creatures you control have Vigilance and Trample. Equipment auras you control and encounters are modified edition. Cosmos Memory. When Red 13 enters, I keep wanting to say Red X. Return target aura equipment from your graveyard to your hand. Sephiroth. Fallen Hero. And Genova Cells. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may put a cell counter on target creature until end of turn. Each modified creature you control has base power and toughness 7/5. Equipment, aura, and creatures you control are modified. Modifications. The Reunion 3. Sacrifice a modified creature. Return this card from your graveyard to your battlefield tapped. Sephiroth's Neville leaves. Camera looks blurry. Or maybe it's just the way the card looks on the camera. I don't know. Confirmed. Shuriken. Eclipse creature has, whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. If that creature has greater power than this creature, put +1/+1 counter on the creator's equal totals different. Wrecking Ball. Eclipse creature has power and toughness of 7/7. It can't be blocked by creatures with 2 or less power. Eclipse legendary creature 3. Eclipse 7. Oster's Command. Choose 2. Destroy all artifacts. Destroy all enchantments. Destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or greater. 3 or less. Destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or less. Bastion Protector. The things just don't look like they're really... Commander creatures you control get +1/+1 and has indestructible. Blazed Guardian. Artifact creature, golem, double strike, ward. Whenever this creature becomes target of his opposed, an opponent counters it unless that player plays 2.
So sorry, honey. I just wanted to make sure you're happy. Should this get happen to anyone?
Other artifacts you control have ward 2 this creature's power and toughness to the number of artifacts you control. Clever Concealment. That's hilarious. Convoke. Your creatures help cast this spell. Each creature you tap while casting this spell pays for 1 color mana of that creature's color. Any number of target non-land permanents you control phase out. Treat them as anything attached to them as though they don't exist until next turn. Okay, I don't really know what that means. Priel Steel Paladin. Whenever an equipment you control enters, you may draw a card. Metalcraft. Equipment you control have 0 equipment as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Unfinished Business. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, then return up to 2 target auras or equipment from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature. Vanishing the Horde. This target costs 1 less for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Damn, that's even all my creatures? I guess. Chaos Warp. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it isn't a permanent card, then it is put onto the battlefield. Hellkite Tyrant. Flying Trample. Whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. What? At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. That's crazy. That's crazy. Professional Face Breaker, guys. He's gonna break your face. Menace. Whenever one or more creatures you control do damage to target player, create a treasure token. Sacrifice a treasure token. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Decimate. Destroy all target creatures, target artifacts, target creature, target enchantment, and target target's land. Armored Automato. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may attach any number of equipment to it. Control of the equipment does not change. What? Champion's Helm. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 as long as the equipment creature is legendary and has hexproof. I'm surprised those weren't in here. Connoisseur Fell. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. As long as this equipment is to attach to a creature, your opponent cannot cast spells during your turn. Darkstone Plate. Indestructible, and creature has indestructible, equipped 2. Inspiring Statuary. Non-artifact spell you have cast have improv. Your artifacts can help cast these spells. Each artifact you tap, okay. Sword of Artemis. I don't know how to pronounce that. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 whenever equipped creature attacks. You may search your library for basic land, put it under the battlefield, then shuffle. Battleforge. Tap for colorless. Tap for fire. For red or white. This deals 1 damage to me. Ouch. Bunder's Enclave. Tap for colorless. 3 tap. Draw a card. Only activate if you control a creature with 4 or greater power. Bushland. Tap for colorless. Tap for green or white. This deals 1 damage to you. Why does everything deal 1 damage to me? That's not cool. Campus Vesta. Forest Plains. This land enters tap unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Hey, it doesn't do damage to you. Sindor Glide. Taps for green or red. The land enters tap unless I control 2 or more basic lands. Rooftops Resort. Retreat. This land enters tap unless you control a mountain or a plain. Add one mountain or plain to your mana pool. Exciscent Orchard. Tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could provide. Produce. Firelit Thick Trick. Tap for colorless. Tap a forest or mountain to add 2 mountains, mountain or grass, or 2 greens. Yeah, I'm like totally butchering some of this stuff up, guys. Forted Village. So as this land enters, you may reveal a forest or plains from your hand. If you do not, this land enters taps. Add green or red to your mana pool. Reveal a mountain or plains card from your hand. If you do not, this enters tapped. It adds mana. It adds green or red or white. Game Trail. As it enters a mountain or forest. If not, and then it can be a mountain or forest. It adds mountain or forest. Tap 1. Add forest or mana to your Add 1 of each to your mana pool. This mountain enters tap unless you control a mountain or a forest. Rugged Prairie. Adds colorless or adds 2 mountains, mountain or plains or 2 plains.
So this was all about mail? Coupons, actually. Harold's real name is
Gravard Grounds adds 1 colorless. Sacrifice. Exile all graveyards.
Bargain hunters can't resist, even if the deal seemed a little too good to be true.
Slayer Stronghold.
Money orders.
Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains vengeance until the end of turn.
Lived in the house down the street, but she sold it to Carol to pay for
Sphere of Industries. Pay 1 life. Add 1 mana of any color. Activate only if you control an artifact. Lands. Plus Sungrass Prairie. Tap 1. Tap. Then add green or white to your mana pool. This land enters land that can control a forest or a plains. Adds green or white to the mana pool. Sunscorched Divide. Tap 1 tap, then add green or fire or white to your mana pool. God, I can never stutter on my words too much. Zac Fair.
I think it was very irresponsible of Danny to see Nathaniel.
Zac Fair enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. I can sacrifice him. Target creature you gain controls indestructible until end of turn. Put Zac Fair counters on that creature and attach an equipment that was attached to Zac Fair to that creature.
Didn't you? I was the one who took you to dinners we couldn't afford.
Wade Barrett Reach. Whenever Wade Barrett attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipment creatures you control to defending player. Yeah, this thing's like really blurry. I don't know why.
When he's dying, and Danny's a virtual stranger.
Maybe just the way the text is. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need to hold it off a little bit further away.
He loves you both so much.
Not really. Dispatch. Target creature. Tap target creature. Melcraft. You can control up to 3 or more artifacts. Exile. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature.
That should be the only thing that matters. Honey,
Secret Rendezvous.
repeat the mistakes
So does that mean the Tifa and Cloud ones and cannon? You and target opponent draw draw 3 cards. You and opponent draw 3 cards. So since it's on the card, does that mean it's canon? Furious Rise has Scarlet on it. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with 4 or more or greater, exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card until you exile another card with this enchantment. Vata Blast. Destroy target creature destroy target artifact you do not control. Overload. You may cast this spell from its overcard, and if you do, target and it to each. Change target to each. So destroy each artifact you don't control. Okay then. Cultivize. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those. Put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle. Harmonize. Draw 3 cards. Nature's Lure. Search your library for a forest card. Put that card onto the battlefield. Then shuffle. Rampant Growth. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle. Behemoth Sludge. Each creature gets +2/+2, and Eclipse creature gets plus not each. Has a trample and life link. Archer Signet. Add 1 mana of any color to your commander's identity. Colossal Hammer. Eclipse creature gets +10/+10. And loses flying. Explorer Scope. Whatever creature attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put onto the battlefield tapped. Hero's Blade. Eclipse creature gets +3/+2. Whenever legendary creature you control enters, you may attach this card to it. Heirloom. Eclipse creature gets +2/+1. As long as this is equipped to a creature, a legendary, it has haste and trample. Lightning Groves. Each creature has haste and shroud. It cannot be targeted by creatures or spells. I love that for a Tifa. Mask of Memory. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you're made to draw 2 cards. If you do, discard a card. Skull Clamp. Whenever equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. Soul Ring adds 2 colorless mana to the pool. Trailblazing Boots. Equipped creature has non-basic land walk. It cannot be blocked as long as the defending player controls a non-basic land. Equipped to Ash Barrens. Adds colorless. Basic recycle. Discard this card. Search your library for basic land. Reveal it. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Evolving Wilds. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic card. Into the library. Drungle Shrine. This land enters, add red, white, or green. Path of Ancestry. This land enters tapped. Add 1 mana of any color to your commander's identity. Let that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shows the type with your commander. Scry 1. Vagrant Groove. This land enters tapped. It can tap for either forest or plains. Scorched Peaks. Tap. Red or white. Enters tapped. Woodland Wrigglage. Mountain Forest. Add this land and it adds a mountain or forest mana. Command Tower adds 1 mana of any color to your commander's identity color. And then the basics. The basics. Mountain, forest, plains, then the tokens, soldier, foretell, treasure, and then how to do other things. Foretell, treasure, rebel. So that is the Limit Break Commander deck. I've never done a Commander about any type of Commander matches, so hopefully, maybe, eventually, in the near future, I get to use this baby. But who knows? I'm going to go ahead and put it in some Glacier sleeves, kind of tealish, bluish sleeves to kind of go Final Fantasy VII. Thank you for watching this video, and I will hopefully get to the other ones here soon. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and see you all next time.